Welcome to the channel, guys. We've all been there walking past a store, seeing something that catches our eye, and bam! Next thing you know, you're walking out with a bag full of stuff that you totally didn't plan on buying. It's that impulsive buy that gets you. That's why in this video, we're diving deep into 7 incredibly effective tips that'll help you slam the brakes on impulsive shopping and keep more money right where it belongs, in your pocket. Look, I get it. Sometimes you just gotta treat yourself, right? But when it comes to your hard-earned cash, it's all too easy to get caught in the excitement of the moment and make purchases you later regret. Trust me, I've been there. That's why taking control of your spending habits is so important. So if you're ready to break free from the cycle of impulse buys and make smarter financial decisions, because who isn't? Hit that like button down below, and let's dive right in. Alright, so the first tip to conquering those impulsive shopping urges is so simple, yet so effective: the shopping list. Before you even think about setting foot in a store or browsing online, sit down and make a list of what you actually need. And I mean it. Get yourself a notepad. Open up the Notes app on your phone, whatever works for you. Write down every single item you need to buy. This one step, as simple as it sounds, can be a game changer. Think of your shopping list as your roadmap to success. It's there to keep you laser-focused on your goals and prevent those tempting detours into the land of impulse buys. See, when you have a list, you're more likely to stick to it and resist those shiny objects that catch your eye. Plus, a shopping list doesn't just keep you on track, it also helps you save time and reduce stress. No more wandering aimlessly through the aisles, trying to remember if you needed milk or if you were just tempted by that giant display of cookies. Trust me, I used to be the king of aimless wandering in the grocery store. But once I started using a shopping list religiously, my whole shopping experience changed for the better. I was in and out of the store faster, and I wasn't coming home with a bunch of stuff I didn't even need. So make that list, stick to it like glue, and watch your impulse purchases dwindle. Tip number 2 is all about setting a budget and sticking to it like your financial well-being depends on it. Because guess what? It kind of does. Before you head out on your shopping adventure, decide exactly how much you're willing to spend. And listen, I'm not talking about some vague idea in your head. I'm talking about getting real with yourself and setting a firm, concrete number. Write it down, put it in your phone, tattoo it on your arm if you have to. But whatever you do, make sure you know that number like the back of your hand. Now here's the real key. Once you've set that budget, stick to it. No exceptions, no excuses, no matter how tempting that sale might be. It's like a game, right? You've got your limit and your challenge is to stay under it. If you're shopping in-store, try the envelope method. Withdraw the exact amount of cash you've budgeted for your shopping trip, put it in an envelope, and leave your credit cards at home. That's right, leave those bad boys behind. This way, you're physically limited to spending only the cash you have on hand. And if you're shopping online, which, let's be honest, is super dangerous for impulse buys, consider using a budgeting app. These apps can track your spending, categorize your purchases, and even give you alerts when you're getting close to your limit. It's like having a personal finance assistant right in your pocket. Remember, a budget is your financial game plan. It's there to help you make conscious decisions about your money and avoid those impulse buys that can throw your finances off track. Let's talk about emotions for a second, because they can be total budget killers. Ever notice how you're more likely to make impulsive purchases when you're feeling stressed, sad, or even overly happy? That's because our emotions can seriously cloud our judgment, especially when it comes to spending. Think about it. You've had a long day at work, your boss is breathing down your neck, and all you want to do is curl up on the couch with a pint of ice cream and forget about your troubles. But then, as you're scrolling through Instagram, you see an ad for that new pair of shoes you've been eyeing. Suddenly, those shoes feel like the answer to all your problems, even though you know deep down that they won't actually fix anything. But hey, a little retail therapy never hurt anyone, right? Wrong! That's your emotions talking, my friend. And when it comes to your money, it's important to be aware of how your emotions can influence your spending habits. So, next time you find yourself reaching for your wallet when you're feeling a little emotionally vulnerable, hit the pause button. Take a deep breath, step away from the situation, and ask yourself if you'd still make that purchase if you were feeling calm, cool, and collected. Chapter 4. This next tip is a classic for a reason. It works. I'm talking about the 24-hour rule. This simple rule states that if you find something you want to buy, but it's not an absolute essential, wait at least 24 hours before making the purchase. I know waiting is hard, but trust me, this one little trick can save you a ton of money in the long run. Think of it like this. That 24-hour period is your cooling off period. It's a chance for you to step back, take a deep breath, and really consider if that item is something you truly need or just something you want in the heat of the moment. Often, you'll find that after a day or so, that burning desire to buy has faded, and you're no longer interested in the item. And if you are still thinking about it 24 hours later, then hey, maybe it's something worth considering. But here's the thing. Even if you do decide to go back and buy it after the 24-hour waiting period, you'll be making that purchase from a more rational, less impulsive place. And that, my friends, is a win in my book. Chapter 5. Avoid temptation. Know your triggers. All right, let's talk about temptation. We all have our weaknesses, those places or websites that seem to suck us in and make our wallets cry for mercy. Maybe it's that trendy clothing store with the amazing window displays. Or maybe it's that online retailer that knows exactly how to target your every desire with personalized ads. Whatever your weakness, the key to avoiding impulsive purchases is to avoid temptation altogether. Now, I'm not saying you need to become a hermit and live off the grid, but I am saying that it's time to get real with yourself about your spending triggers. Once you know what your triggers are, you can start to avoid them like the plague. If you can't walk past that certain store without being tempted to go in, then don't walk past it. Find a different route, walk on the other side of the street, do whatever you need to do to avoid putting yourself in harm's way. And if online shopping is your kryptonite, then it's time to take a break from those tempting websites and emails. Unsubscribe from those promotional emails that land in your inbox every day. Unfollow those influencers who seem to spend their lives shopping, and consider using a browser extension that blocks those targeted ads. Chapter 6. The Cash Diet. Feel the burn in a good way. Now, this next tip might sound a little old school, but trust me, it's a game changer. Pay with cash. I know, we live in a digital world where plastic reigns supreme, but there's something about physically handing over cash that makes us think twice about our purchases. When you pay with a credit or debit card, it's easy to swipe, tap, or click without really processing how much money you're actually spending. It feels almost like Monopoly money, like it's not even real. But when you use cash, you see that money leaving your hands, and it hurts a little bit. And that's a good thing. Paying with cash forces you to be more mindful of your spending and makes it harder to overspend. You're literally limited to the amount of cash you have on hand, so there's no chance of going over budget. Plus, using cash can help you avoid those pesky interest charges that can rack up if you're not careful with your credit card. Chapter 7. Reflect and refine. Track your spending. Last, but not least, take some time to reflect on your purchases. This is something I do regularly, and it's been incredibly eye-opening. Every few months, sit down with your bank statements or budgeting app and take a look at where your money has been going. Are you surprised by any of your spending habits? Do you see any patterns emerging? For example, maybe you notice that you tend to spend more money on takeout when you're stressed, or maybe you realize that you've been racking up charges at your favorite coffee shop without even realizing it. Once you're aware of your spending patterns, you can start to make changes. If you're spending too much on takeout, try meal prepping on the weekends so you're less likely to order in during the week. If your daily coffee habit is breaking the bank, try making your own coffee at home a few times a week. Remember, knowledge is power. By tracking your spending and reflecting on your purchases, you can gain valuable insights into your financial habits and make more informed decisions about your money in the future. Outro: control your spending, live better. And there you have it, guys. 7 powerful tips to help you say goodbye to impulsive shopping and hello to financial freedom. Remember, it's all about making conscious choices with your money and being mindful of your spending habits. By implementing these tips into your life, you'll be well on your way to achieving your financial goals and living a life of financial abundance. By following these tips, you can take control of your spending and make more thoughtful purchases. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more helpful tips and tricks on how to manage your money like a pro. And I'll see you in the next one.